よろしくお願いします. Welcome to the live stream from Daishu-in West. I'm Koju. It's been 2 weeks since I've been on. 3 weeks. I missed 2 weeks, so it's been 3 weeks since I've been on. I had some things to do on Sunday, so it just wasn't possible to do it. But in the future, just while I'm taking care of shop, in the future I won't stream at 1:30. I'll just upload the talk on Sundays, at some time in the afternoon when I do it. Because when there's people here and things going on Sundays, it can be difficult. I mean, not the best for the people that are here. And since it's rare that people log in to watch the stream anyway, it doesn't seem necessary. I'll just upload it, and it will be up there, and people know that, and it's fine. So I wanted to share a story that Ursula told on New Year's, actually. She was relaying it from Morinaga Soka Roshi, so I feel like it's okay if I also relay it. We had some young people who were we do an open house on New Year's, and people come, and it's fairly informal. People can just come and sit in the hondo, and we have tea, matcha. So if you've had matcha before, you know that it's whisked green tea, and it's rather bitter. And we had some young people in the hondo having tea, and we asked them if they had matcha before, and Ursula relayed, something that the Roshi used to say, that I don't remember the exact words, but that the taste of the matcha is an adult flavor. It's bitter. Everybody, from the time you're a child, or unless you're extremely different, knows and likes what is sweet. It doesn't require any education or any refinement. People generally, the moment they have something sweet, they're like, oh, yeah, that's good. I like that. And it's that way with all pleasure. It's universally enjoyed and sought. Bitter flavors require discernment and an adult palate, we could say. Could say it's an acquired taste. But when there are things, that are painful and difficult, and we're adverse to them, then we immediately sort of pull away. It's, in a way, kind of, in a way of saying, shall we say, it's a little childish. It means that, we haven't grown into the ability of accepting that bitter taste. We just drink tea and we're just like, oh, what is this? It's not good. I just want sweetness and pleasurable things and happy all the time, And put that way, it sounds stupid. But regardless of whether it sounds stupid or not, we still have that experience when there is adversity, when there are bitter flavors. And a lot of times we kind of hedge our bets a little bit too, when there are bitter flavors, when there is pain, in that we look for the sweet things that came out of the pain, and we try and concentrate on that, and that's not what I'm talking about at all. We say, oh, well, this painful thing happened, but as a result of that, these good things happened too. I became closer with that person because we had this shared difficult time, or whatever it is. And we instead of actually experiencing the bitterness, we hedge, we bribe ourselves with the sweet experiences that were sort of correlated, or we feel like we're a resultant of that painful experience. And that's good. That's fine. It's good that good things happened. There's no problem with that, of course. But it's beside the point. It's not what we. It's not what's going on. Straight, to be perfectly honest, what's going on is bitterness and difficulty. And really, when we sell ourselves short that in that way by not experiencing that, we don't grow. We're not living. There's different ways to say it, but one way to say it is we sort of fail at being human beings. We don't appreciate what it is to actually be a human being, and instead we try and kind of censor it or modulate it, moderate the experience somehow, so that those difficulties aren't felt, that they are not experienced. So we were going through the Shinjinmei, the inscription of faith and mind, and I did the next few lines these last 2 weeks, but the people online here are just missing one talk, because I actually did two different talks on the next few lines. So we're just going to let that go and go on. So we're up to the part now where the third patriarch says, "If you don't know the subtle principle, you will try in vain to calm your thoughts. It is absolutely great emptiness, nothing lacking, nothing too much." So there are lots of different ways to say things. But that willingness to experience what is bitter, that surrender or atonement, at oneness with what is going on, whether it is pleasure or painful, whatever arises, that comes from a knowledge or a faith in what we are. And what we are is not personal. It is not something that I become, or something that I personally am even. Or, yeah, that's tricky. But that faith, that beingness, that atonement with what is here, I think another way of saying what the third patriarch refers to as the subtle principle. If you don't know the subtle principle, then you'll struggle in vain to calm your thoughts. And that, what I was referring to as hedging, that sort of bargaining or keeping of accounts, is one example of how we calm our thoughts, or we could be termed that. When we don't have faith in what we are, we try and say, oh, well, Things are really, really hard now, but they'll be better later. This terrible thing happened, but I got this out of it. And we're missing the zest, the realness of what the experience was when we do that. When it's shitty, it's 100% shitty. And there's nothing else. It is absolutely great emptiness, nothing lacking, nothing too much. So from there, even when it's terrible, what is insufficient? The only thing lacking is lacking from some arbitrary perspective of myself. There is nothing missing. There is nothing wrong. Well, that's enough. So I will not be on at 1:30 next Sunday or any Sunday afterwards. But I will upload the talk in the afternoon, and it will be on the feed if you want to subscribe to the YouTube channel, or if you have any questions or anything. There's a contact email on the website that you can use to get in touch with me.